The game I'll be at, guys, Oklahoma-TCU. A little underwhelming because of those 2 losses, albeit, and then TCU loses to Arkansas in that overtime game. Really had Arkansas dead to rights. You had the Kenny Hill gives the throat slash that lead the penalties down the stretch defensively. They miss a field goal in the last few seconds. TCU should have beat Arkansas. It's another reason why I think Texas A&M is fool's gold based on their Arkansas win. But in this matchup, OU-TCU, here's the thing that I think you got to watch out for. Joe Mixon has separated himself for Oklahoma. He is a much better option than Samaje Perine. We've seen it time and time again against good defenses and ranked teams. I think that Oklahoma leans on Mixon, and because of that, I think that they're going to be a better team, a more dynamic offense, and I think that they're going to go in there and give TCU a lot of problems. TCU is great offensively. Kenny Hill has had a pretty good start to the season. I think this one's going to be a really tight, close game. Mm-hmm. And because OU potentially leans on Mixon, I think it could be a long night for TCU.
Well, the thing that would scare me if I was an OU fan is just here's another mobile quarterback who can make something happen, and how is Mike Stoops going to handle it? And I don't, for a while there was that stat about Oklahoma at home and the big drop-off away. I mean, is that still the case now? I mean, I'm with you. I feel like Oklahoma's the better team. I really, think Baker Mayfield is kind of, hasn't kind of felt like what I remember him last year.
I don't think, losing Sterling Shepard is certainly, the offensive line hasn't been great. Yeah. They did lose Cody Ford, their left guard. Last week against Ohio State, he broke his fibula and his shin. And so he's going to be out, which means Alvarez likely moves to left guard, and Eric Wren, a former walk-on junior college player, is going to be starting the center.
It feels like TCU from over here, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel like a TCU win?
I'm going TCU.
I don't make picks in the games I'm calling. I think it's going to be a really close game because where TCU is strong offensively, I feel like OU is weak. OU is not very good defending the pass. We've seen that time and time again this year, and Kenny Hill's the type of quarterback that they're going to struggle with. But I also think where Oklahoma could be strong with Mixon, TCU has had some struggles. So, this is one of those matchups where I feel like it could be high-flying, it could be high scoring, but we'll see.
I'm curious to see just the mentality of Oklahoma. 1 and 2. This is a pivotal game because they're still very much alive in the Big 12 race, obviously with the 2 non-conference losses. But to be 1 and 2, and I would put USC in the same situation, a little different. Obviously, they're 1 and 3, but are they inspired? Are they motivated? Can Bob Stoops continue to motivate them and let them know there's still a lot of football to be played and there's still goals at the end of the season? It's just when you get to a playoff and your goal is a playoff and all that, it can kind of change. I think you had that on the call against Ohio State. Is where do they go from here? They have to change their short-term goal, and now it's to play for a Big 12 championship. So I'm just curious to see how Oklahoma responds. Off the bye week, do they come out? Are they motivated? Are they ready to go? I think they will be. But I like TCU. I think TCU is starting to get better in all facets of their game.
I just hope Joel doesn't bring another weather delay with him for the third week in a row.
Oh, my gosh. Those things, come on, Midwest. What are we doing with the weather right now? Brought to you by Dr. Pepper. It's a college football tradition.